Hey everybody, welcome to We Are Nakama. Today we've got from Everworld.
Yo, what's going on, people?
We've got Shintai.
What up, shitlords?
And we've got, who else is in here? Savage War Panda.
Oh, thanks for forgetting me and wrong name.
You forgot the Zwei, mate.
And we've got James Hansen. Today we're going to be talking about the Sony press conference and how Microsoft got destroyed.
They got fucking wrecked.
Chris here too.
Yeah. So,
Hello, Double.
hello, Double. We didn't realize you.
Let me draw it up for you guys. Fucking Sony took Microsoft, bent them over the table, raped the shit out of them, and then make them give them a blowjob afterwards.
What I thought was that they're just getting ready to go out the house to make their press conference. Microsoft trips up in his own front yard, and Sony just sits there and laughs at it and tells everyone about it. From what I see, they didn't really do anything that so much really impressed me as much as, like, okay, it's not as bad as Xbox One.
In the middle of it, they were taking like little subliminal shots, and you don't have to be always online.
Instructions on how to share games, and it's just like the developer passing the game to the other guy. Here you go, let's share
that. Hey, for never borrow your game.
Sure, man.
That's how you do it.
My God.
Yo. Okay.
Don't forget about that.
So
24.
So, what was the major things that got announced in this conference? The actual console itself, the price.
Whoa. Let's focus on that first. The look of the console is probably the least impressive thing of the entire thing. I will say that.
Like, the conference was good, but the thing was kind of like, eh.
It kind of just looked like pretty much like another cable box in a way.
Yeah, it didn't look too impressive.
But at the very least, it looks better than the Xbox One. Because the Xbox One is just a VCR or a Philips CDI. That's what it looks like. At least this, they tried to make it look futuristic looking. They kind of failed a little bit, but you know what? At least they tried.
I think it should have been like some crystallized glass looking thing, like
out
of the Fortress of Solitude type of shit.
Glowing in the dark, future neon color.
Glows, and then it glows when you turn it on and shit. Yeah, that would be fucking awesome.
Maybe they'll do that when they redesign it. They always redesign it.
The second version of the PlayStation 4 is going to have very tiny print. It goes all across it everywhere saying LOL Microsoft.
Oh!
So, what do you guys think about that controller, though?
I use the PS2 controller.
Will they allow you to at this point?
I don't know, man, but I'm going to find a way to do it. On PS3, I got a USB adapter.
I like it because it's got a touchpad.
I do like the share button on the controller.
I even tried with a PS2 controller. I took my steering wheel out and replaced it with the little USB thingy and hooked up my adapter.
If Xbox has one thing over the PS3, it's always the controller. A lot of people, really do like the Xbox.
They always say that, and the internet. The Xbox definitely has the edge on.
The internet, but then again, you're paying like $60. Well, how much is the price for the Xbox One's internet this time around?
I don't know.
But think about it this way: you're always fucking online.
It's like the same price.
Who here doesn't have a PC?
I have a Mac.
Negated.
Fuck you.
I mean, all this extra stuff that they're throwing on there is unnecessary.
PlayStation Plus was like £5
People
a
have
month.
phones that can play Netflix and like all this other stuff on it. I mean,
iPad,
you shouldn't have to say that you're adding this sort of thing. I mean, you could have it there, but it shouldn't be a selling point. It should be like, it's like a toaster advertising that it heats up. You should do it anyway. It's 2013, you're advertising stuff like that. And what about the sports? I don't care.
Fuck the sports. I wasn't
TV.
Basketball.
Yo, what about that 2K14?
I get that shit.
Get out. No one gives a shit.
What's so special about throwing a ball?
We don't want no live action Kuroko.
We gotta bring up the highlight of this fucking conference. Final Fantasy Versus 13 is now Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts 3. Holy shit!
I've never been a Kingdom Hearts fan, but that just looks freaking pretty cool. And the Final Fantasy game absolutely fucking looked amazing. I was like, it looked fucking gorgeous and
Little hints I saw it from the trailer though for Kingdom Hearts 3 for like big massive Kingdom Hearts fans, like but the Keyblade at the start obviously belonged to Aqua's master, but as well we saw a bit of Twilight Town as well, and that Heartless shit looks fucking crazy with like the swarm of them attacking Sora.
I know a lot of you guys don't like first-person shooters, but don't you guys think that Destiny was the exception to that?
I did like the idea of it, yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I differ with that. I thought that Destiny, like, for the two big names behind it, you know, you got Halo, and then you got Call of Duty behind it, and you just come up with something like that. I mean, it looks okay.
I think you should compare it to something like Borderlands instead of those, because to me, that's what it kind of seems like, as like a multiplayer, like
a higher graphic
sort of thing.
Yeah, it looks like a grittier version of Borderlands, which I like Borderlands.
Dude, let's talk a little bit about some of those old classic-looking games that they were like doing remakes.
They're remaking the first Oddworld. That's awesome.
They're appealing to different markets, which is amazing.
There's that one game, that slender-looking game. It looked fucking awesome.
Nah, Transistor, that looked great. Cyber,
No.
Buster Swords.
Yeah, and the fact that they're now supporting, obviously, like, you know, third-party things is fucking amazing. Like, that just goes to show you that they're really looking into like more stuff, not just the fucking mainstream titles.
They did say that it's a lot easier for third parties now to release those sort of games on there, since with the PS3 that's why there wasn't anything like that, because it was so hard.
I'm actually glad I saw no Call of Duty whatsoever. I was really glad about it.
Come on.
That's excellent.
Yes, there was nothing, none of that.
Yeah, I do have.
There is absolutely no Call of Duty in sight. Thank you, Sony. Thank you.
Yo, listen,
There's hardly any shooters apart from like Killzone.
If you look at the Xbox fucking conference, like all they show was fucking ghosts and this fucking ship game. Like, yo, this thing destroyed the fucking Xbox conference, man.
This conference was fucking amazing. It's one of the best Sony conferences in a long time, and it made this Microsoft conference a fucking joke.
Microsoft made itself a joke. It didn't really have that much of a competition.
Yeah.
It was pretty much just like Sony taking advantage of Microsoft pretty much tripping over themselves completely and destroying themselves. It's like, well, we got the stage set up for us. All we got to do is put on the performance.
Even if you take away the pointing of the finger at Xbox and laughing at them, the things that they showed were still really interesting. At first, I was kind of complaining. I'm like, where are the fucking games? And then for the rest of the conference, it was nothing but games.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
For a little bit of time, they were talking about movies and music, and that's what the problem with the Xbox conference.
Yeah, but that was very minimal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but when we went into it, it seemed like they were going to do that, but then they, you know, completely took a 180 turn. So, you know, that was great.
There was so many titles that I was like, wow, this looks interesting.
I'd like to get a show of hands of people in the comments section of people who still give a fuck about Diablo 3.
Oh, yes, thank you. Dude, me and Bob were gaming on that shit last summer. Who fucking cares about Diablo 3? No offense.
It's not that difficult of a game to create. There have been many other games similar to Diablo 3, and Diablo 3 wasn't even, from what I hear, the best Diablo game. And there have been so many other games similar to that have come out since then, and they're still harping about that.
Yeah, it's like, yo, it's pretty much it's old news already. You know, we didn't even really get too much into it because it just really wasn't all like it was hyped up to be. Like when, you know, that one guy way back in the day pulled that prank about the Diablo 3 beta and everything, all this hype, and then you come into it and it was just like, it was cool, but like, I don't get what is Blizzard doing. Just like, put it down.
I think the biggest issue for Diablo 3 for me was the heat back then, because it was like 110 degrees.
Yeah, it might have been
like
that.
Cool 60 then.
I mean, we're dripping in sweat there trying to fucking play.
I know.
Like, didn't it break records and sales?
I don't know. I know that it was like everybody was excited.
Well,
the week
breaking records doesn't really thing, because you've got a game that's following up with some game. You've got Diablo 2, which people still play. People have bought Diablo 3, then bought.
No. Yeah, sales don't equate to quality, obviously. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, people buy things like, oh, well, this isn't.
If that was the case, Call of Duty wouldn't be selling as much as.
Thankfully,
yeah, don't get me wrong though. It was a really fun game, and I did enjoy it.
Yo, thankfully they were so lax on the Call of Duty. They didn't ram us up the ass with the shit.
No, hardly any shooters. But I did have one problem with this conference. Yeah, it's that we haven't got much launch titles. Everything was announced for 2014. A lot of this console is coming out at Christmas.
Knack is coming out on release day.
Knack is. Oh, I forgot about that one. That was one of the.
Yeah, that was your favorite, wasn't it?
Yeah, that looked like pretty fucking dope. So that's pretty cool. Yo, look, I go on the front page of Amazon and they're pimping out Kingdom Hearts all of a sudden.
Damn straight, because Kingdom Hearts is the shit.
Now, it wasn't announced at the E3, but I wanted to bring it up. Kingdom Hearts HD is going to be coming out soon. To those who are listening to this and have never played Kingdom Hearts, go fucking buy that shit. You owe it to yourself.
Yes, the Nether, pick it up.
I will give it a look.
I haven't played it either.
Oh wow.
Go get the HD collection when it comes out.
I would pick it up if my PlayStation
I'm
didn't
not really
blow
into
up.
Disney characters. I heard it was good, of course, and so many people tell me many different reasons, but I don't know. I'm still standing here back in Skies of Arcadia and Shadowrun.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is fucking dope.
Well, a lot of the recent titles have been kind of controversial. A lot of fucking old fans don't really care that much because they've been rehashing on like older games and pretty much just solidifying them.
Okay, let's just get down to business. The price.
Oh, another good one.
$350 for us.
$400. To those who don't know, the X-Bone is $500. End of argument.
They're giving us the whole package. It's
We're getting a good comparison to you guys though, because 350 pounds would be like 540 something US dollars, and we're only paying $400. So I think US is actually getting a pretty good price.
Yeah,
no, but we're comparing $400 versus $500. Then on top of that, everything that is pretty much PS4, the shiniest of the two turds. That's pretty much it.
And okay, because you can't forget Wii U is in the competition as well. Throw the Wii U in there. Where does everything? Let's go in the row of people. Let's start off with Bob. Where do you see from best to worst of the three?
Of what?
Of the three, which consoles? Wii U, the One, and PS4. Which one's the best and the worst?
I mean, the Wii U, that's been out, and I haven't really found myself caring about it.
Okay.
But it's hard to be worse than the Microsoft Xbox One. So I would have to say the PC, number one.
Oh, come on. PC for the win.
Well, PlayStation 4, Nintendo, and then Dreamcast.
Get the
Yes, Dreamcast, yes. Getting Dreamcast.
Come on, man.
forward.
The Engage, and then
and Atari.
Then the
Oh, and the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, the Virtual Boy, like all that stuff's above the Xbox One. I'm pretty sure it's going to have good games. I'm not knocking the games, but
I mean, I agree with your list completely. It's definitely
in one
PS4
way,
at the top.
I actually dislike all different consoles because, like, why should anyone have to spend a certain amount of money to just play a certain game? PC. I just want to play everything, really.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's important to really have different consoles.
I agree, man.
I still say that obviously like PC, that's still the master race. Like it's just the best. Although PS4 definitely it won it for me. Like I cannot wait for Kingdom Hearts 3 and 4, 15 actually there. But the only problem I have with it is just launch titles. Like I don't know what else we've got apart from Gran Turismo 6. I think that's really it. Yeah.
In the racing games, we need some more burnouts.
Yeah, I hate my fellow peers, so I love to freaking kill people in cars.
First here on We Are Nakama, stay off the road when you see Panda driving a car. I think that's
I think that's
I
common
will
sense.
motherfucking strike your
but
car
this
like a
Panda go out of his way to hit you.
Prepare to be striked.
Well,
Stand
this
there
Panda
and
will
question.
probably aim for you.
Yeah, he won't let you get away. I think overall, though, basic consensus is that pretty much for the most part, PS4 at the top and Xbox One at the bottom, with Nintendo being in the middle. Can everyone agree to that?
Yes.
I don't know, man. The iPad.
I'll agree to that to an extent, but I honestly think the Wii U it has potential to match up with the PS4. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you think that the Wii U could possibly surpass the PS4?
Yeah, I feel that because
I don't know about the Wii U though.
PS4 got the technology.
Here's the problem with the Wii U. At first, Nintendo was like, look, we've got third-party support. And then all of a sudden, all the third-party support went, I don't know, and started backing away from the Wii U.
Y'all motherfuckers ain't selling shit.
I don't know. No, I'm not interested into the Wii U until I see Super Smash Brothers on it.
I just find it kind of gimmicky. I just want to play with my controller. Call me old school, but that's what games are to me.
Okay. Now, I gotta ask you guys a question, because I'm looking here at Amazon.com right now. Has these numbers been confirmed? I'm looking at PS4 games, Watch Dogs and Thief, and both of them are priced at $99.99.
They didn't say what the price of the games were.
So this is just like bullshit prices, just like
I honestly think that they're going to be within the $50 to $70 range. Like if they're doing $3.99 for the console, I think they're not going to do fucking crazy for the games as well. I think
they're a lot of money. I'm just not going to bother with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't really buy games like that, anyways. I mean, I might because I don't really play that many games, but it's too much.
I mean, what would be the point of releasing the console for $400 and be like, oh yeah, but each game is $100? That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
and I find it kind of strange that this year I put hundreds and hundreds of hours already into, or actually thousands of hours into many different games, and I haven't really paid for them. Like there are so many like free games online, not pirating, but there's a lot of free MMOs and all sorts of free games that you can play. Games you pay for have higher production quality, but it all really comes down to do what you have fun with.
I mean, I think we could also all just come to an agreement that the PS4 at the end of the day is better than the Xbox One. It's the full package. Yeah. Interface is better. The entertainment's better. Like, just going on. Like, it's not always online, obviously. You still got your Netflixes. You still got all of these things. At the end of the day, I think it's just a liable console that's better than the Xbox One.
Plus, the PlayStation 4 and the Wii U don't want to watch you masturbate.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the main important part.
Okay, let's compare it. First of all, use games, sharing games, all sorts of shit. You're getting charged. You can't do this and that with the Xbox One. PS4, you can. Case closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they made certain about that by fucking...
And it's fucking cheaper.
And cheaper. $100 cheaper. And you get to fucking hold your games. You don't got to worry about all this bullshit 24 hours. Every 24 hours, you got to connect to the internet. What about if I have a fucking, like, a problem with my internet thing and it's down for, like, a week? So I can't game for a week?
Yeah.
So like the time I didn't have power or internet for nearly a month. Oh, man.
Yeah, so that means no game.
He was pretty suicidal that month.
At the end of the day, it's just...
We need to talk about backwards compatibility.
I don't think any of this generation, except for you.
That's an issue for me.
Didn't they say something about PSN?
They stopped making the PS2, I think.
PS2 is dead.
I want to buy a new PS2 just to have it because I know mine may not last me forever. I've got a couple here already, but I just want to buy another one because what am I going to play all my PS2 games on if one of these break? Exactly. I don't want a used console. I want a new something like. There's nothing better than well, there's plenty of things better, but it's a great feeling to have a crisp, brand new console. You're like peeling all the little clear plastic things off.
You could always get them on PSN.
I was already
the thing with PSN was like you can share the PSN. Like that was the thing that they announced. Like even if you buy it for your PS3, it's on your PS4 and your Vita.
I already bought the games I have. I don't want to pay to play.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess.
What do you guys think about the actual interface? Because, like, I mean, like, when you go on the menus, you could actually watch the people, like, on your contacts, like, play the games they're playing. Don't you think that's pretty neat and stuff like that? Like, you know, all these extra features on the side, you know, on the menu. Like, you know how, basically, when you log on, you got your friends list. Like, if your friend's playing, let's say, Bleach Soul Resurrection, you could actually see in-game play.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
I don't think that's really that great of an idea. What if you got somebody on there and he's in like this game like Skyrim and he's sitting there like for any game and he's like creating this female and he's just sitting there with the boob slider all the way up and he's doing that for like 10 minutes. You don't want to see that.
Well, I know. Isn't that the whole thing with the game? The PlayStation that you can like take control of their games or something like.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that they're gonna have options. Like, I'm sure it's not like all.
Yeah, obviously they're not just gonna hijack it. So the guy said, "No, I want these boobs this big." Like, Bob isn't gonna hack into it to choose the boob size.
At the end of the day, if Shintai likes it, we all gotta like it because he's the game master, man.
all right, people. So let's not drag this one on too long. Let's do a pretty much basic wrap up. Final thoughts on the press conference and comparison and everything.
It's not the Xbox One, so I'm pretty much stuck with it. It's not the Wii U. I'm not into that kind of gaming anymore. I already tried it with the Wii. So at the end of the day, this is kind of already set in my mind that I'm going to pick it up. The conference just pushed me to want it even more. Probably going to pick it up day one. The games. The only thing I'm a little bit kind of like worried about is the launches. I really hope they don't pull off a Vita where they fucking release all the good shit like 16 months after the fucking thing's released. And that's all I have to say.
I don't really care about launch of any console because I've never really seen anything good that came out for launch except for like PS2. I might get it sometime, I might not.
But of the three of this generation, that's the most likely that you'll pick up.
If I were to get anything, it'll probably be a PS4.
Kind of with Bob in that whether the launch is good or not doesn't really bother me. I usually don't get consoles at launch I think it's better to wait a bit because that's when the really good games start to come out and stuff. I mean, I'm sure by the time I pick it up, Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts 3 were ready to come out, and I'm going to be like super hyped for those.
Oh, I won't leave my house for a week when they come out.
In addition to what I said, when PS4 comes out, when Xbox One comes out, Diablo 3 isn't a launch title, then that's an epic facepalm, because how are people going to wait for that game? Sorry, like...
It's been out for a year, just cut it out.
I'm pretty much with the other guys that I am worried about the launch titles. Like, I think I probably will get this day one though, but by the time like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy 15 come out, I just will literally be like Sato, I'll be a hikikomori, I'll just stay in my house forever. Fuck it, I just want to play those games 24/7. And Sony just stomped on Microsoft. They're bitches now.
At the end of the day, they're both going to sell, but obviously I feel as if the PS4 is a better option. I mean, you know, it's not like the Xbox is going to completely flop in sales.
It ain't gonna flop, but like Sony
I think it's gonna sell like shit. That's just my
I think
it's going to sell better than
anything for sale will have somebody to buy it.
I agree with everyone else. The price is great, and I like the idea of the cloud. So if you've got no storage on your hard drive, you can just play off the cloud. So that's a really good feature.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right. PS4 definitely stomped on Microsoft. Microsoft already set themselves up for failure, and PS4 capitalized completely. Sony just did an amazing job. I've seen about 4 or 5 conferences at this point, and this was definitely the most entertaining and most unique one that I've watched. You know, those jokes you got. Well, you know, jokes were at Microsoft's expense, but
Sony face
they're a joke themselves, so.
And, you know, the games that they showed just really had me impressed. Some of the shooters, you know, I'm not a big fan of shooters, but that's neither here nor there. At least they didn't ram Call of Duty up our asses. I just think that, you know, Final Fantasy looked awesome. Kingdom Hearts looked awesome. And this is going to be pretty awesome overall. I don't know. Day one, I'm contemplating whether or not, because I did day one with Wii U, and, you know, all I got right now to play is Monster Hunter. So we'll just see about that. Let us know what you guys think. PS4 or Xbox One or Wii U, which one is the most appealing for you guys? We are Nakama, and hands up, people.